heck is a Labubu? And should you even care? Today we will be unboxing a full case of these to figure out, is it worth it? Should you get one? And why are these little monsters so addicting in the first place? Hello Internet, welcome to Style Theory, the show that's ready to find out if Labubu is the Lulu or the Salulu to your problems. Okay. But for those of you who haven't come across the Labubu fever, let me rewind it back a little bit to get you caught up. This is a Labubu, or rather what's inside this box is. For each evidence point that we uncover, we are going to unbox one of these little creatures. And as a bonus, there's even one that is Style Theory Blue. But I have a surprise for you. I'm not keeping these. In fact, I'm going to give them away to you style theorists, because you deserve a gift for being so freaking amazing.
All you have to do for a chance to win is hit that subscribe button and fill out the Google form in the description below to enter.
And look, we can even win a special secret option. So why not stick around to see what we get and learn why Labubu is so la cray cray. But before we unbox our furry friends to find out if Labubu is more than just a fad or destined to fade away, we need to find out how we ended up in Labubu mania in the first place. While Labubu may be at the top of the trend charts right now, it actually got its start way back in 2015. Remember how in the intro I called them little monsters? I was actually spot on.
Before these fuzzy little creatures were hanging off the back of every bag, backpack, and phone, they were drawings on a page. Created by Hong Kong-born and Netherlands-raised artist Sing Lang, The Monsters is a Nordic-inspired picture book about these devious-looking little creatures.
Okay, I just have to see that little face for myself, so we are going to open our very first box. I am so nervous. All right, ready? That's so final. Ooh, okay, I got a little too excited. I thought it was the Style Theory Blue one, but it's just the package. Okay, that's what it looks like inside. It comes with a card, but we're not gonna look at that yet. Are you ready to see what our first Labubu is? Oh, this is so scary. Oh my gosh! Look at them! It's actually so soft. There's like glitter in its eyes. This is our first Labubu, and it is the green one, which, according to the card that comes in the box, means serenity. It is actually so soft and the quality is so good, and it has 9 teeth, which means that it is an actual Labubu and not a Lafufu. If you didn't know, the knockoff Labubus are called Lafufus, and they have 10 teeth. So this little lady is authentic. And I'm excited to see which one of you style theorists gets to take this one home. Just look at this little face. It's so mischievous. Though, despite the mischievous look, Labubus are actually meant to be very kind-hearted helpers, unlike some other plushes I could name.
These stories were inspired by Nordic mythology and folklore, featuring a variety of made-up creatures, including, of course, Labubu.
A star was born.
But books don't always equal a huge fan base. And in 2010, Lang transitioned from being an illustrator to a toy maker. But he wasn't making the kind of stuff you would give to your little brother or sister to play with. These were collectibles, art pieces. Think artsy bears, Tokidoki, and Funko Pops.
Now, surprisingly, this isn't the first time a whimsical story from Northern Europe has broken out of the pages and into the mainstream. The Moomins, which is a Finnish story about these partially bovine, partially human creatures, has a cult following. I may or may not have fallen down the Moomin rabbit hole a couple years ago. The Moomins created an empire of toys, games, shows, books, clothes, you name it, they probably put a Moomin on it. But it's never quite reached the mainstream success that Labubu has. So what makes these little monsters so special? Well, it comes down to 2 key differences.
First, it had reach. In 2019, Lang partnered with PopMart, a Chinese-owned toy company with international reach. You see, while Moomins were able to take hold in Europe, they struggled to reach outside markets, like the US. But PopMart was already there. As of recording this episode, PopMart has over 450 stores in 30 different countries. And in the US alone, they have 37 brick-and-mortar stores, plus
50 of what they call their robo-shops, which is a fancy word for saying vending machines. They're talking about vending machines. This made breaking into international markets a breeze. Oh, and did I mention I have one more surprise to unbox in this episode? This is a Labubu phone charm, and it's going to make my phone 100% more adorable as I play my favorite mobile game, June's Journey.
As a person that grew up loving both Chicago and I Spy books, this game really hits that nostalgia button, which is why I am so glad that they are partnering with us today.
June's Journey is amazing because whether you want to solve mysteries or curl up with a cozy game at the end of the day, this game has everything you could want.
You play as June, an amateur detective trying to solve her sister's mysterious death. As you go through the game, you start to uncover the plot, and you are not going to be expecting these plot twists.
We are about to uncover this mystery the same way that you uncover all the clues as you play the game. You uncover the story as you find clues in this gorgeous 1920s inspired artwork, which is why I said if you like Chicago the musical, you will love the aesthetics of this game.
Plus, the game is always adding new things for you to do, with seasonal events and unique rewards for you to collect. I'm personally trying to 100% the albums. What can I say? I'm a photography girly at heart. It truly is my favorite game to play before bed as I try to relax and unwind.
Before you can see what's inside, you need to go click the link in our description or scan the QR code on screen to go download June's Journey for free. Yeah, it's all free.
And you can get started on your journey today for free by downloading the game using my link in the description or scanning the QR code on screen. It's available on iOS, Android, and PC. Yeah, you have no reason to miss out on the fun. So click the link in our description or scan the QR code on screen to start playing June's Journey.
Well, I finished decorating my phone. Oh my gosh! Not only is this going to go directly on my phone, it's going to lead us to our second key difference, visibility. Ooh, cute!
Labubu's mix of cutesy and monstrous features held a unique appeal. This creepy yet cute aesthetic hits that fine line between your fear response and your innate curiosity. It's a look that historically held the attention of alternative subcultures. Think scene kids, emos, and of course, the K-pop stans,
who I both highly respect and kind of fear. So when one of the biggest names in K-pop starts constantly talking about how much they love Labubu, you know it's about to go off.
Around April of 2024, Lisa from Blackpink began posting about her love of Labubu on Instagram, talking about them in interviews, and basically bringing them up to anyone who would listen.
We love a fellow fangirl. PopMart sales skyrocketed, with their plush toy revenue increasing by over 1,200%. Yeah, 1,200%. All thanks to Lalisa and her Labubus.
Now, celebrity endorsements aren't a new thing. It's marketing 101. Our brains are wired to trust the opinions and recommendations of our faves. And when you look at the numbers, it really works. When Nike and Michael Jordan collaborated to make the Air Jordans, it made $126 million in its first year alone. George Clooney's endorsement helped Nespresso increase its sales by 30%. And when Louis Vuitton made Zendaya the face of their brand, they were finally able to break into the Gen Z market.
And this box is the most appealing for me to open next. I'm so excited. All right, ready? Ooh, so satisfying. We have our second bag. Which one do you think it is? Ready? Oh my gosh! It's the pink one! All right, this one reminds me of friend of the channel, Hope Scope. I'm not gonna lie. It is her color. Look at her! She's so cute. But according to the card that comes with it, this is the Love Labubu, which is apropos because she is lovely. Look at her. Comment below if this is the Labubu that you hope that you get in our giveaway. But there is a huge difference between all those examples and Lisa's Labubus, and that is authenticity. You see, unlike all those examples, Lisa, at least to our knowledge, wasn't paid to promote Labubu. She just loved them and wanted to share that love with her fans. If I had to compare this to anything, I would compare it to Jaden Animations making a video about Chikawa so her fans could understand her love of it. You just can't put a price on authentic passion. Or I guess you can if you're a reseller, because people are paying crazy amounts to get their hands on these Labubus. I'm talking hundreds to thousands of dollars depending on the design.
Which is wild to be sure. But while we now know why Labubu had a Labu boom, we don't know what's turned that love into a trend so big that people are spending their life savings trying to get one. And why even your mom is asking for a Labubu for Christmas.
There are very few things that have reached this level of Labubu mania, and there's one big reason for that: your brain.
When PopMart first released their Labubu collaboration, they did it with blind boxes.
That is what these are. They're blind boxes, which means that you don't know what you're going to get when you buy one. So each box is a bit of a gamble.
It's a sales strategy used to get you to buy everything from Pokemon trading cards to collectibles of Sanrio characters.
This tactic works due to a theory, a psychology theory, called intermittent reinforcement. I'm sorry, I have to do that when I hear the word theory. It is legitimately written into my theorist contract.
The idea behind this theory is that rewarding a desired behavior, like say opening a blind box and getting the Labubu you want, can cause you to get a hit of dopamine, aka the happy chemical. When that reward is given at unpredictable or irregular intervals, rather than every time a desired behavior occurs, it encourages you to keep repeating that desired behavior over and over again in search of that same dopamine hit.
Okay, but I mean, I have to find out what's in our next box. Ah! No, my Labubu! Bag number 3. Oh, we got the peach one. Oh, I love this. Look at that. According to the card inside, the peach one represents happiness. And I can tell you that when I opened it, I got a burst of happiness, aka dopamine. But there is no real guarantee that you'll get what you want when you open your first, second, third, or even 100th blind box.
It's a trick used by casinos, toy companies, video games, and more. And when it comes to Labubu, there are more than 300 variants out there in the wild. Most are considered to be very common, but some are considered to be very, very rare.
Like that secret option that it says could be in our case. If you are determined to have a full set, you'll buy case after case after case just to try to find it. Or you might cheat. When I worked at Barnes & Noble, we had to tape up our blind boxes because people wanted to open them before they bought them. They didn't want the risk, they just wanted the reward. Don't do that. Don't be that person. No one likes that person. That person sucks.
But it's this chase that gets people invested in brands like Labubu. You know that thrill of uncertainty right before you open a box? Well, that also triggers that same release of dopamine we were talking about earlier, except it's much more fleeting. Once you open the box and find out that you didn't get what you wanted, that dopamine disappears, and the urge to get another box to fill that void returns. And if you just never get the one that you really want, you may just keep spending money until you put so much into the chase that you feel like you have to keep going. This is a sunk cost, and it's something that brings in big money to stores like PopMart.
Now, I am not here to say that Labubu made a Labubu and is a bad guy for doing this. It's just marketing, but it's marketing designed to make you want to buy more, which is why I wanted to give these away to you style theorists. We don't want to gatekeep on this channel, but we do want to open box number 4 to see which ones you guys can get. Bag number 4. Ooh! Oh, I thought it was gonna be purple, but it's like cotton candy. Look at this. That's so cute. Feels very Tumblr 2008. According to the card, this purple one means luck. And it might just be our lucky day because this may just be my favorite Labubu so far. Except there's just one little prabubu for Labubu. It's just that we've seen all this happen before, and it never ends well.
Listen, the trend of cute collectibles is nothing new. We all know Webkins, Furbies, Tamagotchis, and of course, the granddaddy of them all, the Beanie Baby. While a few of these have had nostalgic resurgences, none of them have been able to achieve long-term financial relevancy.
Listen, I am a huge fan of buying cute things and keeping them for years after the hype train has crashed out. I mean, look, this is my tower of cute. I have had some of these things longer than Gen Alpha has been alive. Actually, Actually, I've probably had some of these longer than Gen Z has been alive. I mean, this one I have had literally since I was born. So I get it. I get wanting the cute thing.
Yet, just because we like it now doesn't mean it's worth the financial investment that people are putting into it.
Let's look at the Beanie Baby example. Released in 1996, Beanie Babies didn't reach their all-time high until a few years later, just like our friends Labubu. And the initial drive for Beanie Baby mania came down to 3 very familiar factors. 1, they were cute. Duh. 2, celebrities of the time loved to show off their collections to their fans. And 3, they had the rare factor. Special edition ones that were hard to get and that people would pay big money to add to their collection.
Yeah, all that sounds pretty similar to what's happening right now with Labubu. So that means that we need to figure out what killed the Beanie Baby.
Oversaturation and lack of evolution. You see, eventually Ty, the toy company behind Beanie Babies, ramped up its production so much to keep up with demand that in doing so, it devalued itself in a way that it never recovered from. And it got worse. Places like eBay and collectors forums exposed that even some of those so-called rare collectibles weren't actually so rare.
And obviously Labubu is destined to follow along that same path, right? Well, maybe. The thing is, Labubu has managed to do something that Beanie Babies never did, and that is be fashionable. It all comes back to fashion. It all comes back to fashion. Yeah, these little fuzzballs may just be the hottest accessory of the season. Heck, maybe even the decade. Which is why we need to open box number 5. Woo! Oh, that one ripped cleanly. We only have one other box after this. All right, you ready? We got the one that's Style Theory Blue. Ah! Truly the most devious of style theorists. And that's a hard competition to win. And it turns out that our little blue friend is the Hope Labubu, which I think is pretty fitting because I have a lot of hope for the future of this channel, the future of this community, and of course, the future of fashion.
Not only has Labubu made its way down the runway of Milan Fashion Week, it's now taking over the closets of your best friends. Remember how we talked about Lalisa and her Labubu obsession? Well, one of the key places she featured her love of Labubu is on her bags, just like other style icons like Rihanna and Dua Lipa.
Labubu hit the jackpot when it came to not just trends, but timing. At the same time that they were appearing on Lalisa's bag charms were having a huge resurgence in pop culture.
One of the staples of Gen Z style is self-expression. And what better way to show off your individuality than adding decorations to your bag that represent different parts of your personality? Whether you dabble in cottagecore, love an anime moment, or just like to keep it simple, there's a Labubu available to match your aesthetic.
There's really only one other brand that has managed to do the same thing and stay on trend for decades. Sanrio.
Even if that name doesn't sound familiar, you still probably know its characters like Hello Kitty and My Melody. Yep, these characters have been a staple of collectors and fashion fans alike for years. And it all comes down to how they've been able to combine their fans' love of their characters with their love of fashion. From clothes to home goods to makeup, Hello Kitty is everywhere. And yet, it's never reached that tipping point of oversaturation like Beanie Babies.
They have been able to intertwine their brand with their fans' lives. And Labubu is looking to do the same thing. And they might just have found their trick to doing that. One that not even Hello Kitty has been able to achieve.
Not only is the market booming for the Labubus themselves, there's a whole new market developing around them. Fans are designing clothes and accessories for their Labubus. And some are even making businesses around creating these items to sell to other Labubu fans. And business is booming, y'all.
Now, even if you didn't get the Labubu you wanted in your blind box, you can still customize the one you got to fit your personality. Heck, if you have the right skills or know the right shops, you and your Labubu could even twin. Also, remember that cell phone charm that I unboxed when we were talking about our partner for today's episode, June's Journey, which, if you remember, is still available for free with the link in our description or the QR code on screen? Well, I'm gonna send each of our winners one of those cell phone charms alongside our Labubus. And this is our final Labubu to open. What's it gonna be? What do you think? Do you think we got the surprise or do you think we got the final color? 3, 2, 1. Ah! Okay, we got the pink and peach Labubu. This is actually so cute. Its nose and its tooth is yellow. Oh, I like it. Oh, that's so cute. And this little peach and pink Labubu means loyalty, which is something that you all have been bringing to the Style Theory channel since the start. So I am so happy to be able to give some of you the gift of Labubu by entering our giveaway. And here's the thing, if Lang and PopMart play their cards right, Labubu might just be the next Hello Kitty. I mean, it's already on its way. With the rumors of a possible TV show and movie on the horizons, this could just be the start of Labubu's epic journey and the start of your next favorite fashion accessory.
But hey, that's just a theory, a style theory. Keep looking sharp. Up next on Style Theory.
Etsy is dead.